Attention! Advance the colors. Color guard, halt. Color guard, left, turn.
Memorial Day, a day we honor those men and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice in defending our country. The towns of Bedminster and Far Hills, along with the Far Hills-Bedminster Fire Company, Pottersville Fire Company, and Far Hills-Bedminster First Aid Squad, are honored to uphold this tradition even in the most difficult times. Now more than ever do we realize what sacrifice really is. The men and women we honor today gave themselves on the field of battle defending our country. They left their towns and families knowing that they might not return. Today, we decorate the monuments with a simple wreath and a playing of taps. We feel the loss for them, but also for the many that have given themselves defending us during our present crisis. These heroes do not carry a rifle or wear a helmet. They don a mask, a gown, and gloves. Many of us now mourn for someone who has succumbed to this disease, and like those who defended this country, knew that we would soon conquer and defeat this enemy. We thank every one of our residents for their support and prayers. God bless America and the world. I would like at this time to have the chiefs of the fire companies and the captain of the first aid squad please come forward to decorate the wreaths.
Companies, attention! Decorate the monuments. Company, and salute!
I would like to introduce now the Mayor of Bedminster, Mr. Larry Jacobs.
Thank you, Tony. And thank you to the Far Hills-Bedminster Fire Department, the Far Hills-Bedminster First Aid Squad, and the Pottersville Fire Company for organizing today's Memorial Day activities. Today is Memorial Day 2020. Today, our nation honors our war dead. We have a day set aside for veterans and a day set aside for active members of our armed services. Today is different. Today, our nation honors our war dead. We are living in a time that is fraught with anxiety and uncertainty. The COVID-19 pandemic is placing us through strains that we have not seen before, and hopefully we'll never see again. The monuments behind me show the names of the Bedminster residents who answered the nation's call to duty and served in wartime, times fraught with anxiety and uncertainty. And yes, some of those residents never returned home from war. During our Memorial Day ceremonies of prior years, we asked folks to take some time from their barbecues or summer activities to remember the nation's war dead and to remember Bedminster's war dead. While the COVID-19 crisis curtails the barbecues and many of the typical summer activities, it does not prevent us from observing Memorial Day. I ask that each resident, in his or her own way, stop for a moment and pay respect to the nations and to Bedminster's War Day. As of today, Bedminster has 38 reported cases of COVID-19 and has lost 4 residents to that disease. Our prayers go out to those families. We wish a speedy and full recovery for all those suffering. Bedminster also lost our very own Police Patrol Sergeant Al Tariq Patterson, a man who loved his family and who loved the Bedminster community. His smile stays with us, and we remember him for his gentle demeanor and as a fierce guardian of the public's safety. I've been approached by many residents as to how they can help during this crisis. The standard answer had been, stay at home, keep social distancing, and support our local businesses. We now have some additional options. If you can, please consider making a food donation to the Bedminster Food Pantry, which is providing food and other essentials to our neighbors in need. And if you can, please participate in the blood drive that we have organized for June 4 and June 5 at the Bedminster Township School. The blood drive is being held in Sergeant Patterson's honor. The details are available on the Bedminster website and Facebook page. Please consider these options. Thank you again, and thank you to all who serve our country and our community.
I'd like to introduce now, at this time, the Mayor of Far Hills, Mr. Paul Vallone.
Thank you very much, Tony. Veterans, distinguished guests, neighbors, and friends, today, Memorial Day 2020, we stand before this sacred monument and honor men and women who throughout our history have defended and safeguarded our American way of life. They have at times faced seemingly insurmountable challenges, at times overwhelming odds, and often in faraway and inhospitable regions around the globe. The heroes of our military are our fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, friends, and neighbors. And they have collectively and unified, they have fought for the gifts of freedom, the hard-won result of the ultimate sacrifice they make and continue to make. As we stand here this day, America faces another great challenge. An enemy has come from afar and has continued to challenge us as a people. From dusk until dawn, some media broadcasts respectively tell us how dire things are, how we are losing the battle against a very small but powerful enemy. There is no doubt that this enemy can at times seem insurmountable, and there is no doubt that the brave warriors and first responders who have succumbed to this enemy will never be forgotten as well. Unlike many conflicts we have faced in the past, this enemy has come from a foreign soil to our soil. And we know who has unleashed this scourge upon us, and they should be held fully accountable for the economic, emotional, and physical pain this country has caused us. There should be no debating this. This enemy we now face has come in great numbers and conceals itself very well. But those that we honor today have seen such devastation. Let's not forget the chemical and biological warfares that have confronted our troops in many conflicts throughout the world. Yet, still our brave troops stood shoulder to shoulder, fighting as one. They fight with direct purpose, vision, and have fought for all Americans, and all Americans have supported our soldiers and not disparate special interests. So then, if we are to defeat this new enemy against which we presently struggle, we must do so together, not pitting state against state, region against region, not peoples against peoples. In many ways, this war we now wage against this invisible enemy may have greater lasting effects than many previous conflicts, but these long-term effects can and will be minimized if we stand together, stand strong, and resist fear. We must hold accountable the country that created this enemy. We must put aside political posturing, and as Americans embrace the defense of our country as our fallen heroes have done time and time again. And we must do so bravely, strongly, definitively, and collectively. Now, like then, the greatness of the American people will shine forth, only when we apply the true resolve that has made America great, worrying not about our detractors either in this country or without, but supporting our heroes and the heroes yet to come. Those who have and always will support this great country and move her forward, not laterally, not backwards. As we look forward across the landscape of our country, we must honor and remember our first responders, our medical personnel, our emergency medical services, our police, and our firefighters, who have lost their lives in the battle we now wage. By doing so, the fallen heroes of our military that we honor here today will not have fought in vain, and certainly they would be as proud of us as we are of them. Thank you very much, and God bless America.